I'm Adrian Peterson of the Minnesota Vikings, and you're watching the best sports coverage on News OK.
Bob, will you tinker with your punt protection after getting the one tipped and
no? It was pretty basic. We've already worked on it, and there's nothing that has to be changed.
You've got to be pretty pleased with how your special teams has improved from last year. What's changed as far as personnel or anything,
experience,
especially the kickoff team?
Well, experience, and as much as anything, all our punters and kickers are just a year older and more experienced, and I think even some of the other guys in their execution are just, we're through practice and repetition, they're just older and have looked at it longer and handle it better.
Did Matt Clapp play on your special teams a lot the last couple of years?
Oh, yeah.
So this is not the first year he's doing this?
No.
Bob, are Broyles and Caleb having to play more snaps because of not having much proven behind them, or looking ahead like in Miami? Are they playing more than the guys the last couple of years have?
No, the last guys a year ago played about the same. I'm pretty close. I couldn't say exactly, but
Miami's been a tough series on Oklahoma. There have been some good things happen in the Miami area, and have won, and you won a championship there, but it's been a tough series. Does this ball club relate to any of that? Because there will be some in the media, there will be some speculation.
In the end, it's been a long time. Our recent history, we just played them 2 years ago. But before that, haven't played them in a long time. So in the end, I don't know that way back when there wasn't a lot of people had much success with them. Whatever years you want to talk about. So in the end, I don't know that kids this age even realize that. I'm sure it'll be brought up, but in the end, does it have anything to do with the game? I don't see where it does. I don't see where 2 years ago has anything to do with the game. In the end, you're always a different team, and so it's a big challenge. But in the end, I don't think history, recent or the way past, much matters.
You sometimes go back and look at tape with your kids, so I would assume you'd probably show.
Oh yeah, well,
2 years ago rather than the other.
We'll say exactly in that. This is what the media, I'm sure, will be brought up some this week. But it's fair to understand the overall history. I like them to know, a lot of our history. So I'm sure to some degree that'll be brought up, as it was a couple of years ago when we played them.
You mentioned they were a different team. How are they different than they were 2 years ago, Miami?
Well, they've got different coordinators, so scheme-wise they're different. They've got different players than they did 2 years ago.
You see, under Coach Shannon, you see, I don't know if this is a quantifiable thing. Miami used to walk around and play games and they had a swagger, and then they lost that. I mean, they won 6 games a year, 5 games a year. They seem to have gotten that back. Watching them on TV twice.
Well, they look awfully good. I just see good play. I see quality players, great excellent schemes, and guys playing hard. So you see that when you watch good teams.
Teams tend to swagger more when they win, I guess.
Well, yeah, when you're doing well, it's easier to have one.
You ever coached against Wickham?
No.
Any comfort in the fact that you played there as recently as January, different team at the same stadium?
I don't think. I don't think so. I don't think our guys much care where they play. In the end, once you get going, I think all that goes out the window.
With an extra week of preparation, do you put in more game plan than you normally would versus a team like this, or do you just reinforce what you would normally put in?
Just reinforce. There's only so many plays in a game. So putting in more, it doesn't, in the end, no, you don't. Try not to ever do more than what we normally would.
It's kind of a strange question, but the Florida Marlins play baseball there. Will the skin of the infield still be there when you play them, or do you know, or do you care one way or the other?
I don't much care, but I believe it will be. I guess unless they lose here pretty soon?
Well, they're not going to be in the playoffs, and they only got about 7 or 8 games left, so I didn't know.
Well, again, I don't know when the season's over, so I don't care.
I think they finish on the road Monday. You ever played
Well, maybe
you
they
ever had a
will.
team though that played on the dirt like that?
I don't think so.
They were talking last whatever it was week, Thursday or whatever. That guy's coming off the field all scuffed up and bleeding, and because of the infield dirt.
I hadn't heard all that. I'm sure they'll be okay.
How closely will you watch that game on Saturday against Virginia Tech? I mean, will you guys have a team gathering to watch it all together? Or?
No. Probably like you will. So, I mean, we get all the tape. We get all the, there's, everything has its time,
Bob, it seems like this dirt issue should be bigger in your mind than maybe you're letting on. Just like, what shoes do you wear when you got to go from dirt to grass? And
So do you change them when you're crossing over into
no, that's
it?
what I'm saying. What do you want? That's what I'm saying. Kicking off of it, they talked, Georgia Tech kicker, great kicker, missed fairly short one the other night, kicking off dirt. You practice kicking off dirt before you go, or?
I'm sure those are things that we'll look at, but in the end, I don't think it's a big deal. That's something that when you go to the stadium, that's why you go early. That's why the guys are out there for a half hour beforehand kicking, and there'll be plenty of time to kick in the dirt. But in the end, you have the shoes you have, and I believe they're a Nike school as well, right? And it's not like they make different shoes for different teams. Or again, if it works on the grass, I don't know how you're going to change when you get on the dirt. So in the end, I don't make a big deal about things I don't think are a big deal.
Is that a case as the head coach? You don't have to or you try to delegate things. I mean, like the bleeding players, you just say to training staff, "Hey, do
Sure.
what you need to do with it."
Exactly. I'm not going to tape them up. Yeah. Exactly. But again, you guys act like there's all these different shoes. There aren't. Yeah, so I'm just telling you they're not. So we're not going to switch brands. We like our Nike label. So in the end, we got the best shoes they got. So yeah, see if we can get away with that, right? Yeah. I run really fast in them. All right, this has gotten a little out of hand. All right.